Hey people, it's Friday the 30th of July, and I'm just checking in right quick. Still got on my Lefties Records t-shirt. We'll be changing out today. Um, it's early, so I'm just getting my thoughts together, but I thought I'd go ahead and say hello and try to vibe with you. That's a TV behind me. It was one of my brother's TVs. I was just checking to see if it worked. What's up today? Well, let me just do this much because Martin Archer, if you happen to see this one, I want to let you know that I am not going to let you down, but I still haven't absorbed the latest CDs that you sent me. It just hasn't happened yet, so I haven't really listened to these, so I can't really review them, but that's coming soon, okay? I appreciate that Discus Music keeps me on their mailing list of new releases. It's a great label and it's doing bold things. So that much I can always say with confidence. Discus Music out of England is a label worth following and supporting. And they do CD only, no vinyl. It's just so expensive, I completely understand. With that in mind, let me do just a little bit of self-promotion. It's a week from the release of this album, Future Still, and FPE Records is ramping up their promotion of the record online, which I love. I'm hearing that some distributors, some record stores have already received their orders. The record actually goes out on in racks next Friday. But people who pre-ordered, your records should start showing up next week. Maybe even this weekend. People who pre-ordered Future Still, your records are going out. I am super pleased with how this came out. It just sounds wonderful on the stereo. It's been mastered so nicely. And this is the music, this is a soundtrack. That's what this is. It's not music for the club. It's not a dance record. You can dance to it, but that's not my intention. My intention was not to serve a usual purpose that music is used for. This music came out of COVID and just me expressing the joy of life, basically. Super excited about that coming out. I really am. I did play an album last night because I just thought to myself, just play some of these records. This room is full of records and I wasn't doing much else. So I played some Gil Evans. This is a live album. This was recorded at a jazz festival in, it looks like, Poland. And this is nothing super exciting, but it's a good album. It's good. Arthur Blythe is on here. John Clark on guitar. George Adams also. He always worked with good players. Here's something I pulled that I thought, maybe is it time for this to go? And it's like, oh no, boy, do I like this. Espers, their second album. Modern folk, I mean, truly sounding like they've been living in the woods, in a time long gone, 19th, 20th century. Espers, this is really good. I thought for a second maybe I wouldn't want to keep it, but it's good. Rat's Alley, Mike, this is really pretty wild. This is pretty cool. The theme of side 2 comes out where the dead men lost their bones comes across real strong now. There's a click on side too, but I don't know if that's what you're talking about, whether or not my copy is defective, but it played all the way through. Here's something I picked up. Did I show this? No. Eugene McDaniels, Headless Heroes of the Apocalypse. This originally came out in 1971. Eugene McDaniels is originally from the Midwest and lived in Omaha for a time. He had some hits in the 60s. I think Tower of Strength was one of them. And then he made this album, very socially aware and also somewhat biblical. So it's a collector's item now. And it just was reissued on this really nice purple vinyl. And I've listened to this a few times, and this is very good. Very much needing to be revisited in these times. Everything he's talking about is still relevant. It's a strong cover too, that image. One more I picked up. I had this album, a reissue of it, but an unauthorized reissue. So Grapefruit had this, the Wawa reissue of Annexus Quam, Osmose, with the die cut cover that, and I have to be careful here because it's like, yeah, it does the thing. It does the thing. It folds out. This is an album where musically it really has not held up well. This is a time capsule. That's how I look at this album, because I listened to it after buying it and had not listened to this for a long time. It's kind of jammy, trying to be jazzy, but the people don't play well enough for it to be jazzy. So it's just a real jammy. And like I said, hasn't held up. It's a timepiece. Chris Barani sent me a T-shirt, but I haven't worn it yet. I'm just acknowledging that. Also, Albert, I believe, sent me. I haven't gotten into it. It's this. London is the place for me. The music of Young Black London, 7 and 8. This is historical, and I popped it on. And this is good history, but musically, this is not really. I have to be in the mood to do history there. It's like it's not. That's not what interests me really. But thank you for sharing these things with me, everyone. My nephew is still in town. He's not here today. I love seeing what you people say, your comments. Excuse me. I don't know what to say except I personally feel very blessed to come from the lineage of people that I come from. We really are not typical knot-headed people of any color. All of my family reflect it. We have a sense that we've been around as a people for a long time on this planet, and we're good people, you know, we are. And Kareem, I love it. He gives me a lot of credit. I don't ask for it, but you know, he lets me know that my presence and some of the examples of how I live have been instructive and are helpful to him. But likewise, the same is true. Kareem, to this day, the way he lives and how he thinks teaches me and shows me things. That's one of the wonderful things I love about my family and the people that I choose to hang around with, because I'm very choosy. I love a lot of people, but a lot of people don't hang out in this house. You can't get in this house easily. But I love people whose thoughts and ideas are open, clear, challenging to the status quo, and seeking to understand better just really what's going on, because those are the people that I listen to, people who go around declaring this and that and knowing this and that. I don't listen to you. Even in conversations like right now with Karim, as we're, reconnecting in a big way, he'll make statements like he knows this is the way it is, and then I'll just question it, And the thing that comes from the questioning is the fact that, yes, it does need to be questioned. You don't know that. That's what it looks like to you, just like the way things look like to me, according to my experience, my perspective, my point of view, where I'm at, all these things. So those are the kind of people I like to surround myself with. Wise people who are questing to understand, not headed idiots who don't think for themselves, repeat something they saw on television, and think they know what's going on. No time for people like that, and there's a lot of them around. A lot of them in positions of power, really causing a lot of damage. It's another thing that I've been sharing with Karim is my study of the ages of the earth. The fact that the Vedas or ancient Hindu texts call the age that we live in the Kali Yuga, and that this is the lowest, darkest time in the history of in the cycle of mankind. It certainly makes sense to me, even if the Yuga is incorrect, that we live in a time of really strange darkness where it's like the light is right here, and yet we all keep falling further and further down in the drain hole. So it's been interesting to talk to Karim about those things and share perspectives. And the thing I keep saying to him is, have an overview, have a large view of the picture of life, but never forget your perspective, that you are an individual and you have your individual life to live, and you have your joys to receive and your happiness to have, but also see the larger picture. We do live in a time of darkness that's not going to be over anytime soon. I also see that band camp is returning to the first Friday because of COVID. COVID is on the rise, really bad here in Nebraska and other places. The next Friday, band camp is waiving their fee, and so artists get the majority of the money on the same day as my album is released. I'll remind you folks, because you can buy it digitally through Bandcamp, as well as some other older stuff. And those are the main things on my mind this morning. I actually go to pick up my brother Patrick's ashes today. No diss on the funeral home, but they are a bit disorganized down there. They have a reputation for it, so I haven't been able to get a hold of them until yesterday. And he said I'll come down and get him today. That's what's on my mind. I do enjoy hearing from you folks, and yeah, I think it's important for us to just be yourselves. Be yourselves. Notice what I say, because anyone who comes over here saying anything positive or negative, declaring that they have the answer and know the truth, well, just understand that you aren't being, what you're saying is going to be taken with a grain of salt, because I know better. I know that no one on this planet knows what the hell is going on. And I'll say it again for those who need to hear it. People who go around declaring that they know what's up and what's down are fools, and you're a fool to listen to them, or to believe them anyway. Think for yourself. Be observant. Be awake.